My sister had come, despite all expectation. She held her head upright and her gaze was unwavering. The flaps of her calf-length coat were caught by the wind, revealing a flash of red. Her dress, her perfect legs sliding down into perfect shoes, heels sinking into the thick grass. I pressed my lips together and lowered my head. She was like a designer handbag lit up in a shop window on the King's Road, glossy and beautiful, and out of reach. My stepmother's funeral was a quiet affair. The small churchyard clung to a slope at the edge of Larkstone village, gravestones like broken teeth, the surrounding hills of Derbyshire cloaked in a fine drizzle that seeped through the thin cloth of my coat. There were a few neighbours, a bearded man standing on his own and an older woman, dressed in black silk. I felt as though I should know her. I tilted my head. Her husband stood behind her with an umbrella slick with rain, and she turned away from me. And there was my sister, Steph, in her red dress. She had bowed her head too, and I could no longer see her face. The wind blew my hair over my eyes, tangling against the wet on my cheek. I let my eyelids close. I flinched as that first clump of earth hit the coffin below. I tried to concentrate on the vicar's words, his voice. I took a peek. He held his prayer book with hands that were opened and expressive. His skin was smooth and brown, and he spoke with a clear, cultured accent, not a local. I wondered then what the village thought of him. I wanted to smile at him, but he was too engrossed in the service, as I should have been. Let us commend Elizabeth Crowther to the mercy of God, our Maker, and Crowther. It still hurt. My stepmother had taken my father's name, my mother's name, along with everything else. We now commit her body to the ground, earth to earth. Another clod of black, sodden earth hit the coffin. I reached forward and opened my hand. In sure and certain hope. What hope? My lips tightened. I was not, had never been a believer. To him be glory forever. More earth tumbled down into the grave. The vicar lowered his head again. We all did, as he intoned a prayer. I kept my eyes open. It was cold. The air spiced with rotting leaves and autumn smoke. A single bee struggled against the wind to land on the cellophane flowers at our feet. It looked so out of place late in the year. I watched it hover. A dust of yellow pollen clustered under its belly, tiny feet dangling beneath, oblivious to the drama playing out above. I risked another look at my sister. I felt a kindling of old fear. She lifted her head, and our eyes met, and I drew a staggered breath. Steph. The back room of the pub was half empty. The walls a dank musty brown, the ceiling punctuated by low beams, riddled with defunct woodworm holes. Decorative tankards hung like dead starlings from their hooks, and beneath, a cold buffet was laid out on white linen, with the usual egg mayonnaise sandwiches and hollowed-out vol au vents. An elderly neighbour cruised down the table with its foil trays, prodding this and that as she loaded up her plate. My sister kept her distance, nibbling on a sandwich, talking to the vicar. A stack of blackened logs in the grate behind them spat and hissed without any sign of a flame. Her blue eyes fluttered across me as I stood on the other side of the room. She was waiting, I realised, waiting to see what I would do. I felt my chest tighten, the hands at my side clench. I thought perhaps I should forgive her, that I should be the one to go over and talk to her. Beyond the function room, I could hear the bellow of a man at the bar, the recurrent beeps of a slot machine by the entrance, and the slash of rain battering the front door as it jutted open and closed again.